most of these guys, a lot of people watching, came from bad fathers, guys that just weren't model fathers. It's the majority, not the minority.
Father's Day's coming up, and we all right now need to value what fathers bring to families and what families bring then to their communities and then to the state, to the nation. But really it starts at home. And biblically speaking, the father is the head of a household. And I think the way that a father's going, it trickles down. It trickles down to the wife, the children's, and not down being lesser than, but it's a mantle and a responsibility that we wear. And today, in our culture, it seems that fatherhood is very disparaged. Whether you're watching a comedy on TV and you see that the father's just kind of an aloof dummy, or a guy looking for an escape, and that just being played over and over again I think it's trickled into the consciousness of men at large, where that's actually what we see, are guys just not wanting to be a part of the serious responsibilities of being fathers. And all it takes is one look at the statistics to see how true that is. So Dad, with the experiences that you've had in your own life with your own father, then with raising me, and now you see me with my kids, I wanted to give you a chance, just in a general way, to speak to what you see as the value of fatherhood in a family, and anything else you'd like to add to that. But just an open-ended, what is fatherhood for?
Well, there's no greater joy for me at this point as a grandfather than to see your two and my other two grandchildren, the way that April, our daughter, and you as our son, and Sarah and Zach, how you're raising your children. It's wonderful to watch the engagement, the margin that you leave in the day for the kids. Mm-hmm. Probably, we all have tools in our bag. And coming from a past like I did, my tool bag sort of consisted of being driven, achievement, performance. Mm-hmm. That was kind of my hammer and my nail. And that's kind of all I knew. And so, I didn't say no to anything. I was involved in everything, mostly good things. But I just didn't leave enough margin for things at home sometime. Yeah. Very caught up in my career. So I think I was a good dad. But I think if I would have left more margin and taken my role as a father and a husband more seriously back 20, 25 years ago, when I was trying to do a career, all the things that go with being a man, it's a full-time job to do that right. Mm-hmm. But to me, fatherhood, now looking back, that's how I evaluate my success. Mm-hmm. What kind of father was I? How are my children instilling values in the grandchildren? And it's wonderful to see and to be able to enjoy, almost 40 years of marriage to the same woman. Yeah. Not easy. And then raising two kids and seeing where you guys are at this point in your life and the grandkids, it's wonderful.
Yeah. And we surely appreciate it, Dad, that, because I think you're a little hard on yourself looking back, and there were definitely flaws and even spans of time where things were not great. Things might have been really bad for a while. But I think what you did well was you showed up for me and for my sister. But I remember you being there. I mean, it may have not been a great experience every time we were together, and there were mistakes made. But as a whole, I knew I was loved because you were there, mm-hmm. and that kind of confidence that I gained from that, it kept me probably out of a lot of trouble, because I think even my peers growing up, they would run to places to get confidence that they were not getting at mm-hmm. home. And so I think we all grow through the generations, and we see what our fathers did, where we could improve, mm-hmm. and through God's grace, hopefully we improve upon the way that we were raised. So mm-hmm. that margin you talk about, I have no greater joy right now in my life in terms of things I'm doing, even in the home, but outside of the home, is taking the two boys who are 4 and 2 and going on a hike or helping them climb trees, and the little things that they're not always going to want to do with daddy.
Yeah.
And
right.
I want them to do other things with me when they're 15 or when they're 25 or whatever one day. But man, to miss out on that is a non-negotiable for me.
Right. Yeah.
And also, I think maybe where I can improve upon what I learned from you is you taught me about the value of hard work, creativity, drivenness to accomplish goals. Unbelievable. That is so important, and we're missing that. I think that's just a huge thing for fathers to show young men, you can do this, you can believe in yourself, you are worth it. Now go get it, get it. But a step beyond that, I think with you and I, we became fixated on a couple goals in the world's eyes, rather than where are you at in here? Are you angry all the time? Are you scared? I didn't know how to say that I was afraid until way later in life. I just thought that I thought, fear isn't of God. I'm a Christian, so I'm not allowed to have that emotion.
Right.
But not to belabor that point, but I want to thank you for what you poured into me and my sister in terms of hard work, effort, and I the word creativity comes back to mind too a lot.